Ahoy there, mateys! Welcome aboard the VHS pirate ship and welcome to today's Mini Sode. If you're new to the channel and don't know what a Mini Sode is, first of all, welcome aboard and I encourage you to hit subscribe. Second of all, a Mini Sode is an appendix to a parent episode. And the Mini Sode consists of topics that either I forgot to mention or didn't include on the parent episode due to time constraints. And sometimes, just sometimes, it's a related topic that I didn't even think to mention on the parent episode. And it's usually suggested by a fan, and this particular situation is one of those. Today's Mini-Sode comes from the parent episode, The Conquest of Killer Vehicle Movies. And that adventure is in the archives if you wanted to check that out, and I highly encourage you to do so. And the suggestion comes from my friends over at Mondo Cinema. They're on YouTube, and I encourage you to check them out. And they posed a very good question and broached a very good topic. You see, in The Conquest of Killer Vehicle Movies, I cover films such as Christine, Maximum Overdrive, Killdozer, stuff like that. Killer vehicles that are terrestrial. And Mondo Cinema posed the question, would I consider Death Ship a killer vehicle movie? Which really got me thinking. Would I consider that a killer vehicle movie? Is it a killer vehicle movie? Is a ship a vehicle? So to find this answer, I decided to look within myself and start from the beginning. Well, honestly, I just looked up the definition of vehicle to see what a vehicle really is, and to therefore see what is considered a vehicle. And the definition of vehicle states a thing that is used for transporting people or goods, especially on land. And the word especially really got me thinking, especially on land. That does not necessarily mean it does not include vehicles that go by sea or by air. It just means that when people think of vehicles, they typically think of stuff that goes on land, like cars and trucks and tanks and, well, you get the idea. Though stuff like ships and planes are typically referred to as crafts or vessels, semantically speaking, it's the same thing as a vehicle. So from that aspect, ships are vehicles, and yes, Death Ship is a killer vehicle movie. However, there is another aspect that makes me think otherwise about Death Ship. Death Ship was released in theaters March 7th, 1980. It's about this mysterious black ship that lurks around the oceans, luring sailors to their dooms. And it happens to be a Nazi torture ship that was used during WW2, and it's been creeping around the oceans ever since. Oh, and it also happens to be haunted. So yes, it's a haunted ship, and the one reason that I'm not going to fully consider this a killer vehicle movie is that it plays out like the archetypal haunted house movie. Though it is more of an unconventional haunted house movie, it is more of that than it is a killer vehicle movie. So it is a unique hybrid, a cross between a killer vehicle movie and a haunted house flick. So really, a haunted ship is a haunted house at sea. And yes, you could say the same for 2002's Ghost Ship. So even though I consider ships vehicles because, well, they are, I don't consider Death Ship, or Ghost Ship for that matter, killer vehicle movies. They're more of a haunted house that happens to be a vehicle. Death Ship would be released on VHS in 1986 by Embassy Home Entertainment. And apparently there was a Thorn EMI home video distribution as well, but I can't find any information about that one. The Embassy Home Entertainment distribution is a little tricky to find as there aren't too many listings for it. And as you can imagine, the few listings there currently are can get pretty pricey. Death Ship is a very interesting movie, a unique movie, and a pretty good concept for a film. I just don't consider it a killer vehicle movie. Even though it does include a killer vehicle, it also includes a bunch of other stuff. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's Mini-Sode. And if you have yet to do so, go check out The Conquest of Killer Vehicle Movies. And a big thank you to Mondo Cinema for posing such a great question. Until we meet again, mateys, take care out there and be sure to hit subscribe. And I'll see you next time, only on Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship. VHS Pirate Shop on eBay today.